Welcome back to DVC Weekly. This is episode 53. My name is Jason Erpelding. I'm the broker of Buy and Sell DVC. I'm here with Scott Ferrioli.
I'm the owner of DVC-Rental.com and buyandsellDVC.com.
Today is February 9th, 2022. So your 11-month window is already going to be January 9th, 2023. And your 7-month window is September 9th, 2022. Again, at your home resort, you can make a reservation 7 to 11 months in advance. Under 7 months, you can make a reservation anywhere. As always, reservations are based on availability. So we only have a few days to get ready for the Super Bowl. So if you don't have your menu, hopefully you can get that prepared today and you can enjoy the game. Again, it's Bengals versus the Rams.
Yeah, and if you live locally, feel free to invite us over to your Super Bowl so we can come have some snacks at your place. Or, if a couple people invite us, we can jump from party to party and just eat all the snacks and the cookies and all the other good stuff.
Definitely. That sounds like a good time. And so today we're gonna start with the buy and sell side. And we're just going to talk about 3 unique properties that really, when they come up, they bring the most questions in. Yeah. And the first resort is Old Key West. So Old Key West is the only Disney Vacation Club resort that has 2 different end dates. It has an end date of 2042 and an end date of 2051 or 2057. Excuse me. All the other resorts just simply have an end date. It doesn't matter, when you purchase it, whether you buy it directly from Disney or whether you buy Bay Lake Tower directly from Disney, whether you buy it resale, whether you bought it in 2010, whether you bought it in 2015, whether you bought it in 2020, it just expires 2060. But Old Key West is the first resort, and it had an expiration of 2042. Then in 2007, I believe Disney offered an extension. And they said to all the owners, would you like to extend your ownership from 2042 to 2057? And the price really, at the time, it varied, I believe, from $15 a point to $25 a point, depending on, when you took advantage of, if you wanted to extend it. Well, it didn't go over very well because a lot of people at the time said, well, I may not be using this in 2043. If I'm going to spend money now, I'd rather spend it on more points that I can use myself over the next 15 years. But there are some people that did extend it till 2057. So those properties will come on the market and they'll be advertised with an expiration of 2057. They have the same annual dues as the ones that are 2042. They do sell, they do have a higher market value than the 2042, but that's why you see a different, that's why you see Old Key West 2057 contracts. Like some buyers say, I'm only interested in the 2057. Some buyers say, well, I'm only concerned for the next 15 or 20 years. I'd rather have the savings. I'm looking for a 2042. So just keep your eye out when you're shopping for a resale, but that is the one resort that has 2 different end dates. And then the other thing I want to discuss is Vero Beach subsidized contracts. We just had a Vero Beach subsidized contract come in. It's the first one we had seen in a while. And basically, someone that purchased before January 1st, 1996, their deed has what's called subsidized dues. And the dues at Vero Beach that are subsidized for 2022 are $9.41 a point. That's compared to the normal dues of $11.94 a point. So it is a big difference. Yeah, it is a big difference. And usually, like this property, it did not last long. It sold right away. But it generated a lot of questions when it was listed because, the questions were just coming in rapid fire. What is this Vero Beach subsidized dues? What is this? And so, again, it's one of those things where this owner, who, the original purchaser that bought it before January 1st, 1996, they have the subsidized dues. It doesn't matter how many times that property is sold. It's always going to have subsidized dues.
Yeah, that's great.
So the new owner gets subsidized dues. It just continues. So if you're looking to get in at DVC and you say, hey, I'm looking to make reservations less than 7 months in advance, these are the properties that a lot of people jump on. They don't last very long. So, and unfortunately, they're very rare. But if you do see something like that, it's, you know, it might be something that you do want to jump on. A lot of times, I will tell you that it's, you know, it's the Florida residents that are looking to jump on those properties because they not only are they going to use it probably at Disney, but they also actually use it at Vero Beach.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, that's why I pulled my draft last week. Is I love Vero. I know you do too. I love Vero Beach, and you know, being somewhat local, it's an hour and 45-minute drive from Disney. So, absolutely great place to visit and own.
We should have had a category on that draft. We should have just said that you should have said I picked Vero Beach
with the subsidized views.
Yes, definitely.
I consider it a missed opportunity.
And then Aulani is another resort that has the subsidized dues. If someone that bought into Aulani before July 6th, 2011, July 6th is actually my mother-in-law's birthday. But anyway.
We'll write that down. Wish her a happy birthday.
So whoever bought in before then, they have subsidized dues as well. It works exactly the same at Vero Beach. They keep selling it. The subsidized dues keep passing on. So the subsidized dues at Aulani for 2022, $654 a point, and the normal dues are $867 a point. So again, the subsidized contracts do have a higher market value than the non-subsidized. This is information you want to know because when you're shopping for DVC and you're considering all the resorts, when these listings pop up, you want to be in the know because a lot of these. They do sell pretty quickly. Yeah. The Old Key West 2057, Vero Beach subsidized, Aulani subsidized. So I just wanted to touch base on those three things because they generate the most questions. So hopefully that helps you in your deciding on which resort you might be looking to purchase.
Yeah, and you have to remember each of these was about $2 less, for subsidized, and you on a 200-point contract pretty much every single year. That's a $400 savings. Over if you had bought the regular non-subsidized contract. So, I mean, that does add up. I mean, it's a dramatic savings and rare. So,
and of course, if you're renting out the points through DVC-Rental, it's just...
You're making an extra $2 a point, essentially. So yeah, it's...
another win-win.
Yep, very informative, sir.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Lead me in, buddy.
Oh, yes. So we're on to the food review, and unfortunately, there's no cookie for me this week. I think I ate too much of the cookie last week, and I only gave it a 7.6, so I'm out. So
let's high roll those credits.
Come here, I'm gonna eat you! Get in my belly!
All right, so yeah, no cookies this week. We are going to the Mara at Animal Kingdom Jambo House, which is their quick service restaurant. This was a little while ago. We tried the zebra cupcake. So it's swirled icing with colored like Crispies like around the sides of it on a chocolate cake base. It was my kids' dessert, so I get to try that out. Have to take one for the team again.
But wait, your kids have passed on desserts in the past. Are you telling me a true story here?
No, this is a true story. This is not mine, and I'll explain. I said, this is a generic cupcake. There is nothing exciting going on about this cupcake. If you're going to Animal Kingdom, if you're going to Mara, get the Naya peanut butter brownie. That's $4.79 instead. I did a review on that previously. The Naya brownie, which is what I got, much, much better. And it's cheaper than this. This cupcake was $5.49. So it's cheaper, much better. Nyala peanut butter brownie. This generic cupcake, again, it's not terrible. It's basic.
So you've already lost me on this review. You're doing a review of a cupcake, but you're telling people to get a different dessert? Is that
I said what I said.
That just happened.
I said what I said.
I was way too fast there.
This is a generic cupcake. It scores a 5.1. It's like a Publix cupcake. So I'm saying if you're going to go there and you're in Mara and you're looking around, I want you to remember this review. When you see that zebra cupcake and you go, oh, that's a pretty looking cupcake, don't get the cupcake. It's basic.
Is it one of the? It's not even a gigantic one or anything.
No, it's not. It's not gigantic. It's a regular cupcake. Nyala peanut butter brownie was much better and less expensive. So if you're on a budget, definitely go with the Nyala brownie. This is just a basic cupcake. It's nothing special. If your kids want it, get it for them because otherwise they'll be upset. You get yourself that Nyala peanut butter brownie.
So I want to know which son got this cupcake.
This was my son, Tyler. My youngest one. My youngest one got this cupcake.
But before, in some other review, he passed on his dessert. Is that correct? Or
he may have. Normally, Trent's the one.
That passes all the time?
Who passes on dessert. He's not a big fan of ice cream or anything like that. So Tyler will pretty much eat most things. It's probably Trent. Trent is the one who passes on the desserts.
Trent passes on desserts. That's wild.
Yeah, he's a monster.
So now we're on. So wait. So just to recap, you did a review on a zebra cupcake at Animal Kingdom, but the moral of the story is don't get that cupcake. Get the Nyla peanut butter brownie. Okay. So just making sure I'm on the same page here. Is Ty even going to put a picture of the zebra cupcake in the video?
He's going to put a picture of the zebra cupcake.
And it's going to have an X through it or something?
I don't know if he's going to put an X through it. It's not bad. It's just generic. It's nothing special. And again, I try to be as honest with everything. So if something is just fair, I want to warn you about it because, your money is better spent elsewhere.
Gotcha.
Like at Gideon's on those cookies as well.
There we go. So now we're on to the DVC-Rental news of the week.
Yep. I teased a little bit last week that I had just gotten back from Bay Lake Tower. We had a 2-bedroom theme park view, which is one of my favorite rooms on Disney property. What's interesting about this one, it brought back a lot of memories, is that we had it for just one night. This was the room, not this exact room, but the 2-bedroom theme park view was the room that I was in the night that they shut down Magic Kingdom for COVID. When, the last night when they said, tonight's the last remaining night, after tonight we're shutting it down and we don't know when we're opening again. We happened to be at Bay Lake Tower in that room. So we sat there and, it's got really big, floor to ceiling windows in the room, and it's got two balconies, which is really, really nice. And my wife and I just sat there until like midnight, just looking out at Magic Kingdom and watching everything come to a stop, and the castle's lit and Astro Orbiter's still lit and everything's, looking beautiful still, but just to watch it stop and then not know when it was opening was a little surreal.
Now I forget, did the parks and the resorts close at the same time?
No, the
parks closed first, right?
The parks,
parks on March, like on a Sunday.
It was the I don't remember the exact details, but I believe the resort stayed open for about a week later, give or take. But yeah, it was my first time back in there, so it kind of brought back those same feelings. And my parents were visiting, so I had them with us, which was really nice. We got to watch the fireworks from the room, and we didn't go to, it's got fantastic location, easy walk to Magic Kingdom, or you can hop on the monorail. My parents weren't going to do a park, so we didn't leave the hotel room. So we just got to sit there and enjoy, and we had a really fun time. And again, fantastic location, great view. My parents loved it. It's 2-bedroom. 3 baths. The room sleeps 9. In the 1 bedroom, it's got 2 queens. In the other bedroom, it's got the king bed. Living room's got queen pull-out sofa and a sleeper chair. So sleeps 9. What's also nice. There's a couple things that are like, I don't want to say silly, but things that you don't think about. Like this is one of the only resorts I've gone to that they have a nice big ottoman right in front of the. Some do, but this one's a nice cushioned ottoman with extra storage in it right in front of the couch. So put your feet up, nice and relaxing. And this is one thing. This room has some of the most storage I've ever seen. There's closets in every room. There's little like trunks that flip open for storage. They've got where they got the TV housed. There's storage underneath it, storage on the side. So a lot of people are always asking like, what's the storage like in the room? Because some rooms, I think like Polynesian are known for having like a less amount of storage. This room had so much storage, it was unbelievable. I was taking the video and I was going from room to room going, more storage here, more storage here. No storage under the beds, but you have storage here, 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 here. So a lot of storage in the room, really nice ottoman. I really do love this room. And Bay Lake Tower is not my favorite resort. Animal Kingdom and Boardwalk are always my favorites. But it's so great to be able to rotate them and try different things. And I really enjoy this room. And just, bringing me back to that crazy night when everything shut down was fun. It was like the last time I was here, I remember this, and it brought back all those feelings and everything. So just had a really, really nice time, and it was a great room at Bay Lake Tower.
What was the air temperature? Was it like in the 60s or 70s? Or?
Outside?
Oh, yeah, outside.
Yeah. It was...
Well, I'm curious, I guess, if people were using the pool. Like, how busy was the pool?
It was not busy. There were people in the pool, and I know my dad joked with one of the kids as a kid that came out we were waiting to go up for the first time to the room in the elevator area, and the kid came out from the pool. He was bare-chested, came out. My dad was like, so, how's that water? The water was nice. The pool, the outside temperature was like 50 or so.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't ice cold, but it was chilly. We're Floridians. I don't want to be swimming when it's 50 degrees.
Right. That's why I was curious how busy it was.
No, but there were people there. Not a lot, but there were people in the pool and enjoying themselves.
People getting out, walking up to go down the slide and everything?
Yep. But kids are kind of immune to this type of stuff. us guys are sitting there going, I'm not doing that. Kids like, yeah, I'm at Disney. I'm going on the slide. I'm going in. I don't care. Temperature's fine. Come on in, Dad. Like, so.
Did you guys partake in any outdoor games there?
No, it was
no
chilly.
chess, no nothing?
No. We didn't. We mostly just stayed there. My parents are trying to be a little bit safe still, and so we just hung out in the room. They really, we walked over to the Contemporary via the Sky Bridge, just showed them around a little bit, and then walked back to the room. No activities really or anything outside. Just kind of hung out and enjoying. Got to enjoy spending time with them and everything. So it was a nice time, and like Bailey Tower. I remember when you did was it Grand Villa that you did there?
Yeah.
I remember when you did the Grand Villa. We got to walk around there. That was a beautiful room too.
Yes.
Bailey Tower's got some great rooms, especially the big ones.
Again, last week it was my number one pick.
Yes, it was. That's right. It was your number one pick.
So, that sounds
that's all
amazing,
I got.
So and really, again, it's on the DVC-rental side. I mean, you may be exposed to this channel, you've never stayed at Disney, or you don't even know what rental is. I mean, to me, it's always a good idea when you have let's say you have a trip booked through Disney or through whatever, you can always go to DVC-rental and say, hey, I just booked this. I'm curious. There's so many people that are renting points. There must be a savings to it. If I was to rent, if there's availability, what is the cost? And then you can see the cost comparison, and then see how much money you're going to be saving.
And Disney's, because it's a multi-billion-dollar company, their cancellation policy is pretty easy. So, like, if you want to grab a room at Disney, make sure you've got something locked in. Come to us and see if we could do better on that room, or possibly if you're in a value or moderate and you want to upgrade for just a little bit, definitely come to us. And Disney's policy, as long as you're a couple days out, you can cancel the room and book the room with us. So always a nice option. Because
the thing about this business, as I'm sure you know, is is you get to the point where you start to think that everyone knows that renting DVC is an option, or buying DVC resale is an option. But then you just
small amount still.
Right. It's
stuns me. I think I said this in a previous video. I bet you, there's so many people who know about it now, but I bet you if you walked around Magic Kingdom and asked 100 people, maybe 2 people would know that, renting points was such a thing. So, there's still 98% of people have no idea that this even exists and that there's a lot of money to be saved.
Right. Because, on the DVC-rental side, I'm sure you have, thousands of people that come back and just rent from you every year. It's just a no-brainer to them. Okay, it's time to book our, DVC, and it's just second nature to them. And then on the resale side, there's people that are like, okay, Jason, I need 100 more points. I want to make an offer to Animal Kingdom. And then people are like, there's some people that have been DVC owners since the 90s, and they're like, wait, resales exist? I didn't even know this. So, we're just trying to, put information out there so more and more people are aware, because again, there's savings on both sides, on the DVC-rental, if you're looking to rent, on the buy and sell DVC. So
I'll mention this as a little teaser, because I'm going to talk about, I just got back from the Disney Dream recently for our second Disney cruise. And we spent a lot of time on the deck right where the DVC guys were. And there were so many people who kept going and learning about DVC and like signing up for, I don't know if they're doing tours or what, but there were so many people at the DVC desks. And so many times I wanted to go over and be like, do you know about resales? You'll save, 40%, but obviously you can't do that. But yeah, there's a ton of people on the rental side and the resale side that, and again, a lot of times these are experienced people who have no idea that these exist. So the more we can get it out to people, the better. And, so tell your friends, watch our videos, find out about resales, find out about rentals. It'll definitely help them out. And, we're a small company, so we always appreciate the word of mouth. It's very helpful to us.
And again, remember, hit the like button. It helps the YouTube algorithm.
Subscribe on buy and sell so he can stop wearing this tie.
We need to get up to 1,000 subscribers. And thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you next week. And hopefully your team wins the Super Bowl.
Have a wonderful day. Thanks again.